Pretty crazy world that we live in when I mean, honestly, the easy thing for me to say right now would be, "Oh, this is terrible. She should not be competing against other women because she's not a real woman. She's a man." Well, the facts are the facts. I understand that, but it's not that simple. It's not as simple as, "Oh, this is bad because she's transgender." Like, it's not that simple, okay? The real question we should be asking is, why did the commission allow this to happen? Why did the commission approve this? Obviously complaining and saying, "Oh, this is terrible, man. She's she's taking medals away from real women and she's competing against real," which, all of that may be true, but can we really get to the problem here? Like, okay, so it's tough. It's tough. It is kind of dicey because obviously, you know, like let's break it down. So when a man is a man and then that person transitions into a woman, right? They transition to a woman. Now they're no longer physiologically a male though. So they can't compete against other men, right? So that's not a proposition that would work. And there's not enough transgender people for her to compete against. So that wouldn't work because it doesn't exist. There is no such thing as a transgender competition for Olympic athlete. Like, it doesn't exist. So really the only option would be for her to compete against other women. So I mean, I could just sit here and complain for the next 10 minutes like the rest of you guys, but I live in the real world and it was approved by the commission. The commission approved it. Like, so I guess maybe they know something we don't. Why did they approve this? Why did the doctors approve this? They have to go through a medical screening test and all that other shit to approve these athletes in these events. And they approved her. She's approved. I mean, we can cry and scream all we want, but she came first and she won based on her merits, based on the fact that she was able to outclass her other competition. And she was able to, and she did it. Congratulations to her. And, you know, well, I mean, now she's just going to outclass all the competition and probably win gold in the next Olympic Games. Like, damn, that's a loophole that I never considered. So I could just turn around tomorrow and just become a what? And just go through a sex change. So I could just become a female and I am going to be able to compete against other women who I have an advantage because my testosterone to epitestosterone ratio is slightly higher than the average. Not higher than the It's not higher than the average, but it's higher than the women's testosterone to epitestosterone ratio because they have more estrogen, right? Even if you take, I'm sure they take like some type of hormone treatment and they take like estrogen stuff. Like they take probably estrogen, like I don't know, like artificially from a lab or a doctor. It gives them like some type of estrogen, and their testosterone is. They do this all like with a method. Like there's a method in place. You know that they check the testosterone ratio, they check the estrogen levels, they check everything before she's allowed to compete. You think the commission would allow her to compete if her testosterone ratio was abnormally higher than other women? Her testosterone ratio is probably pretty close to other women in general. Maybe it's her bone structure and density that's going to kind of give her an advantage, but I don't think it will in terms of a speed sport. So I think it is pretty fair. I could just complain and be negative like the rest of you guys are going to be negative in the comment section. I know people are very predictable. People are very predictable in general. Like they're just gonna be predictable and say whatever they think, which you can say whatever you think, but it's just you're quick to outrage and just shout from the rooftops without actually really looking at the problem. I know half of you guys probably didn't even read the article. You just skimmed over the top. You looked at the picture. Oh, this is an outrage, man. She shouldn't be competing. Okay, the real question you should be asking is, why did the commission allow this to happen? Let's really get to the problem of it, man. But that's the thing. Nobody really wants to talk about it. Everyone wants to just jump on the outrage and cancel culture train. Like, it's interesting how the world works. I mean, it is. It's mind-boggling how people perceive things and the way they look at certain situations. Most people are sheep. They're just gonna believe whatever someone tells them or doesn't tell them. But yeah, it's that's a little bit of introspective thinking for sure. Like, it does kind of put things into perspective. Like, imagine if I had a daughter and then I was like trying to get her to compete in the Olympics, and then she gets destroyed and outclassed by this transgender athlete, and it's like, would I be pissed? I mean, I guess, but like, she lost because she sucked. My daughter lost because she fucking sucked. So why would I be mad? I mean, yeah, I guess I wouldn't really be mad because she fucking sucked, man. She fucking sucked, dude. She fucking sucked, man. She was not good enough to compete. And that's the reality of the situation. The commission approved it. All the doctors approved it. The other women were happy to compete against her. So, I don't think it's a bad thing, man. It is what it is. You guys are going to have your own opinion. I'm going to have mine. Feel free to argue in the comment section. Yeah, feel free to argue in the comment section. Call me names. Oh, you're a misogynist. Oh, you're a terrible human being. All right, whatever, man. Say whatever you want, man. It's a free country. Well, it's not really free, but you can have your own opinions and I'll have mine. But I think first of all, what should happen in an ideal world. But there's no point me mentioning what should happen in an idealistic world. Like, it's never gonna happen like that. So I guess there's really no point discussing it. But what would I want to happen? Ideally, for me, if I was the head of the commission, would I allow this to happen? Probably. I mean, if the doctor approved it, I would let it happen because he knows more about the physiologically of the human body than I do. So I'll let the experts deal with it. And the experts said that she deserves to compete against other women. So, it is what it is, man. You guys are just going to complain and be outraged, but your complaints and outrage are not going to do anything to change the reality of what's happening in the world. Your voice is not going to be heard in the comment section, dude. No one cares about what you say in the comment section, dude. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, no one cares. No one gives a flying fuck. No one cares, man. I mean, you might get a few upvotes here and there, but that's about it, buddy. That's about it, buddy. You're just gonna get a few upvotes. Maybe a few people are gonna reply, "Oh yeah, you're great. You're right. You're right." But then you log off the camera and you go to work, man. You log off the computer and you go to work, man. To your boss that fucking screams down your throat and tells you, go get me my fucking sandwich, buddy. Go get me my sandwich. Go get me my fucking sandwich and coffee, dude. Go fucking get me my fucking coffee in the morning as well. And get me and put some extra sugars in there while you're at it. And then you go and get the coffee and you make him a sandwich. Oh, where's my next sandwich? At lunchtime. Like, it's crazy how people are willing to put up with anything just to make like a little bit of money here and there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. I'm out. Peace.